This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribing. Let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Rock Nation back at it again. Okay, they are behind this Netflix landing a big deal with the Breakfast Club, Joe and Jada. It's all part of iHeartMedia. How is Rock? This is all Rock Nation people. I mean, Charlemagne's heavily tied to Rock Nation. Joe and Jada heavily tied to Rock Nation. I'm sure DJ Envy has his dealings. So we'll see what this amounts to. I'm sure more details about the deal will be released later, but it is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Okay, big things happening, but also things are going very corporate, and with corporate comes a lot of control. Okay, K-Flock. Okay, he was begging the judge for 10 years in court. Inner City Press said, Ashley, we propose 11-point punishment plan. Music industry figures as third-party custodians. Move to Los Angeles and get a GED, 300 hours of community service each year. There are record company contracts available to him, or the 10 years. Judge says, I have no questions, Mr. Perez. You are not required to address the court, but now would be the time if you wish. K-Flock says, yes, sir. When I was 18, it's not what I am today. I feel like this time on my journey rising me up as a man. I grew up in a rough place. I began to support my family at 12. 12, please. Okay. I was just a kid. I didn't really know any better. I found God. I feel like sometimes you got to go through the darkness to find life. Could have been dead. That's all I got to say. Well, the judge came back and he was sentenced to really 30 years. Conspiracy and RICO charges. Let's see. What was the rest of that? So he got 30. Let me get the details. So sentenced to 300 months or 30 years. After the 30 years, there will be supervised released. You will have a history of marijuana usage. You must submit to search. You must not associate with any gang members, in particular SevSide or DOA. I'm not saying you can't go there in 30 years. All right. So, yeah, does not pay to do crime. Okay, 30 years. That's a long time. Okay, this guy's going to be 50. Because he's probably going to get in trouble while he's in there, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, he's going to adapt to jail life. And, I'm not trying to be negative. It's just like, statistically, he's probably going to get in more trouble while he's in there. 30 years is a long time. Even looking at it like, what do you do, a third of your time? What, 2/3 or something like that? Even if he did 20 years, that's like forever. I mean, Max B just did 15, 16 years. I don't know how he got through it without getting in any trouble, but K-Flock's a straight up, like, gang member. Like, Max B made a horrible decision. The more I see about that case, the more I see that, like, Max B was just, like, moving like a dummy around that time. Even thinking that was a good idea to, not stopping his brother from doing that with that girl he was dating. There was no forward thinking on that. But Max B was, like, heavily on, like, Grand Cru and stuff like that around that time, So, big mistake. But he's getting money now, but, like, still, you lose all that time in your life. So, then we got Mano, response to 50 Cent. We already got that, but he also responded on Angela Yee. Acting like his podcast, oh, no, we don't, we're not negative towards anybody. We just report, we're not targeting anybody. You guys straight up targeted 50 Cent for the documentary. You straight up targeted academics. Max B, in a sense. Jim Jones made it so nobody wanted to go to the Max B event. Now, Dave East already kind of, like, just went on his own. But Fab and Mano were like, I'm with you, Jimmy. I'm with you, Jomo. It's like, it's weird, bro. If I was Dave East, I would get away from that podcast. He still has a chance at having a very, like, I think he's very talented rapping. I just think he's hard headed. Pause. But I think he has a big chance. I think he has a chance to, like, make it as a rapper. You could say he already did make it as a rapper. Bro, he should be like 10 times more what he is today. Most people don't even hear the music he comes out with. So 50 Cent responded. He says, didn't have this on my list of things to do, but if you insist, I'll make the time. I'm working on buying the space where you film. In 50% of your podcasts, you know I don't cap. That would all you're doing is bringing more attention to their podcast. Nobody really cared about it. And then Academic says 50 Cent announces he will buy the building that Mano and Jim Jones film out of, and also 50% of their Senior Citizen podcast. I don't know, man. Cameron reacted, but it's just talking. Now Ebro's responded to 50 Cent because Ebro has always been accused of ruining New York City hip-hop like he did. But Ebro always tries to put it on 50 Cent like, no, you created a divide in New York because you had beef. Ebro, you stopped playing New York artists. Any artist knows that in New York. You stopped supporting New York music. You shifted it to down south and West Coast. The judge has reportedly denied Lil Durk's motion to disqualify the prosecution. So that's done. They're trying everything over there. Academics says he took out a restraining order on Mano because Mano likes to put hands on people. I don't know if that's true. I think he's just talking. The Baby drops a video for Letter to My YN. It's a remake of a Master P song, which is really dope. It's called Break 'Em Off something by Master P. So, but he did a really good job remaking it. He made it better than Master P's version. And then that's what it should be. If you remake a song, it better be better. It better be better than original, you know? It looks like Big U's facing 600 years for his RICO. That's what it says in paperwork. For being a gang leader. They've always wanted him back in jail. And he gave him the crazy thing is he gave him an opportunity to put him back in jail. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he was still operating like that. The Weeknd signs a deal for $1 billion. Masters and publishing from the beginning of his reporting to 2025 does not include any future releases. The Weeknd continues partnership with XO Republic Universal Music Group. I'm going to be honest with you. XO also, who's, what's his name? He used to be Belly's partner. I forget his name. But, yeah, they're rich now. They're going to get a piece of that, too. Do you think the $1 billion just goes to Abel? No, they signed a crazy, weird deal with him where they're super rich off of Abel. So, they just probably made $200 million. That's a huge exit for them. They're going to still make music, but they're set for life. The Weeknd continues his partnership with XO Republic Universal Music Group. His publishing catalog has been and continues to be administered by Universal Music Publishing Group. The rep added, because the deal is not a conventional catalog purchase, it is impossible to calculate a royalty multiple. However, variety sources report Billboard and Bloomberg earlier this year stated that assets were going to go for at least $1 billion based on about $55 million in net label and net publisher share, which implies an 18.2 times multiple. Now, obviously, Universal gets paid from this too. right? So it's not just let's just say Abel's walking away with, I don't know, 400 or 500 million probably. I don't know. He's walking away with a lot of money. Weeknd and Lyric declined to confirm any numbers to Variety, but if accurate, it is one of the biggest deals involving single artist catalog in history, let alone for contemporary artists. The only larger publicly acknowledged is single artist deal with Sony Music last year's The Queen catalog, valued at $1.27 billion. I wonder what Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're eventually going to do some crazy deal with their catalogs too. Especially Beyonce. She could probably do like $1 billion or $1.5 billion. I don't know. I wonder what her catalog would be worth. Because like Weeknd puts up stupid numbers, like crazy. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys the next one. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Smash that like button and share this video. Peace.